Welcome to another post game bounce. I'm Evan Hayes. That's Jared Davison. As we'll be reviewing tonight's matchup as the Memphis Grizzlies fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 114 to 100 in a very, I want to say, depressing second half, but a very underwhelming second half performance. Jared, how you feeling right now, my guy?
I think with the fourth or the third quarter being the way it was, and then realizing when Shea went on that 9-2 run, yes, at the time, I was kind of ready to a mini crash out. But then again, sorry if you're doing my mic today is I don't even know if I'm all the way plugged in. There we go. Dead gummit, I have a little bit more of a reasonable take. Yes, I'm mad we lost. I'm never mad. I'm never happy with a loss.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same issues we saw in the blowout against Dallas came back up a little bit. And like I said, mad that we lost, like how we played in the first half. And I really got to see, I need to see something from Ja. He's 3 of 18 is not going to cut it anywhere. But I mean, a little more tempered. Yes, the loss hurts, but dadgummit, man. It's just, I'm okay because I'm seeing things that I like as that we're progressing towards.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have that somber but not mad feeling about this game because obviously we're playing against the defending champions. They're a great team playing against the reigning MVP. So you expect them to eventually make a run, but it's all about the response, and we just couldn't seem to do that. Like I said, played great in the first half. Shot 48% from the field in the first half, I believe, if I remember correctly. I know we had double-digit assists. I know it was over I think it was over 16 or 17 assists in that first half.
If you can bring it. It was you know what? I have it pulled up. Second quarter. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, we had double-digit assists in the first half. Guys were hitting shots, and it just seemed like at the end of that fourth quarter, end of the second quarter, when they cut the lead to 11, you kind of ooh, you kind of got a little scared a little bit. And then the second half, we just couldn't hit shots. We shot 29% in the second half, so you never like to see that. Our offense just stagnated, and we started settling for jump shots, which is not how our team is currently built. So some things to work on. I liked what I saw from Jaren in the first half. I love what I saw from Sid in the first quarter. Everybody played well in the first quarter, but in the second half, we just couldn't execute enough. Obviously, like you said, Ja, 3 for 18. You can't say he didn't get his shot up. He got 18 shots, and he played 34 minutes. You can't say he didn't get enough touches. He just couldn't get his shot falling. So when a guy like HJ comes to town, you expect Ja to rise to the occasion. He did facilitate the ball. He had 8 assists, but just couldn't make a shot. So definitely a somber feeling going into tonight's post-game bounce, bro.
Yeah, he had 8 assists, but he had 5 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And I get he wanted to get involved and his shot was involved. Evan, I noticed something too.
What's that?
Every shot was short. Nothing was off left or right. Nothing was off left or right. Everything was just clanging off the front of the rim. He wasn't getting enough, I guess, from his lower half or just getting enough power on it. But that, I did notice that tonight. So whether I know he kind of tweaked his back, but in the first half, but whatever it is, it's got to get fixed because not only this game, it's been the entire season since that buzzer beating win.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because he even missed a free throw today, and that free throw was short. He's been historically, at least this season, great from the free throw line. Even his mid range, which he has been shooting well over the past few games, wasn't falling this game. So yes, a little bit of concern about how Ja was looking at second half. I'm glad he finished the game. I'm glad it wasn't so bad that he had to get taken out of the game. Yeah. But when your engine and your facilitator and your best player and your leader isn't hitting shots, it's hard for the rest of the team to go in. I was telling myself the whole time second half, this would be a great game to have Ty Jerome. Because when the offense stagnates, you need that secondary guy that can create offense. And clearly we missed Ty Jerome this game.
Oh, clearly, 100%. And this is a game, too. Let me go back and pull it up. This is a game, too, where you look at it. We also kind of miss Zach Edey. We lost the rebounding battle 42-39. Offensive rebounds. We won the offensive rebounding battle. Everyone was rebounding. Yep. But, I mean, you have another big besides Jock Londale who can go toe-to-toe with Jaren against Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren down low.
Yeah.
Where you can leave Tripp on Chet and then you can leave Edey on Hartenstein, then I feel like you have a little bit more success. I want to bring it up. There's already a lot of arguments online. That sequence with Jaren Jackson. It's the makes one free throw, and then the offensive rebound where Hartenstein kind of rode his back a little bit, which kind of should have been a little bit of foul pause. I just realized that. But yeah, I mean that one sequence, yes, it cost us the game, or it didn't cost us the game because in the end we were up 19, and shot 3 of 18. It's one of those where I'm much more level-headed about a loss to the Thunder than I should be. Like I don't have a lot of thoughts one way or the other, dude.
Yeah, and I would like to be that guy. Like we played great the first half, but it's all about playing 48 minutes. Like if we can replicate that first half against the Thunder to every freaking team for 48 minutes, I feel like we can play with anybody in the league. But we just didn't hit shots. Our offense, we turned the ball over a lot. I want to see we had 14 turnovers on the game to OKC's 6. So when you have a championship team like that, they're not going to cause a lot of mistakes at all, and they capitalize on our mistakes. So you can't have that either.
And it all happened in that flurry in the third quarter. Like majority of it did. We had, I think it was 7-6. We were losing the turnover battle 1. I don't think Oklahoma City had a turnover in the last 18 minutes of game time.
Didn't feel like it for sure.
I don't think they did. But there was that like 2-minute flurry where Ja turned it over a couple of times. And right as Brevin said it, this team likes to flurry their turnovers in bunches. There was 2 more right after that. If they can just avoid the slow stretch in the middle of a game, we're talking about a Grizzlies win here.
I agree, but that also comes with having another ball handler that you feel confident in outside of Ja Morant. Because
this was the worst game I saw Vince since he's been taking over that ball handler spot.
Yeah, Vince didn't look good handling the ball. Cam tried to do it, didn't look good. Even when Sid tried to get the head ball handling, he looks a little uncomfortable. So having that extra guy, even when Scotty comes back, just having it that can we're going to go through our valleys and mountains throughout the game, but we need those guys outside of Ja, especially in a game like this when Ja's not going, to calm the team down and kind of comfort the waters a little bit. And when you had SJ on the other side just going crazy, we can't match him shot for shot. At least how the team is holistically built right now. When Ty Jerome is there and Edie and all these other weapons, but right now, when Shea is going right like that, you have to have another guy or guys that can kind of calm the storm. We just didn't have that today, and that's why the second half was so lopsided.
And I want to bring this up too because I saw it right before we went on air. Mm-hmm. The Grizzlies are 0-7 against teams that are 500 or better. We are 4-0 against teams who are 500 and worse. This is what we talked about after the game Friday night. The front half of our schedule is much more loaded than it was last year. So we're winning the games we should. And there's a few games in there in that 0-7 stretch that we definitely should have won.
Yep.
But we're winning games we should. And like games like tonight, we stayed competitive. The Lakers game, we were competitive until we knew what happened there. But tonight, like even through the lull in the third quarter, we got it. We were really close. We tied it up a couple times in the fourth. Like it wasn't a game that was necessarily out of reach after the third quarter. Yes, we had a bad third quarter, but that fourth quarter, man, like it's just one of those things that Shea got hot and we didn't have anyone that matched it at the end. He went on a 9-2 run by himself. It's just we didn't have anyone to match it. I do want to talk about the minute. It's always going to be a topic of discussion, but I want to look at it because something was eyeballing to me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Jock Landale, 28 minutes.
That's a lot of minutes.
Jaren Jackson Jr., 29. Why? When Jaren wasn't in foul trouble, he had 3. Why is Jaren against a team that has Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein? Why is Jaren Jackson Jr. only playing 1 more minute than Jock Landale?
It was also in the fourth quarter. It was 5 minutes later. They came right out of the immediate timeout, and Jaren was on the bench. I was like, why is Jaren on the bench right now? And you see they kept extending the lead, and they had, I think, 3 offensive rebounds in that sequence before Jaren got back in the game. We all know Jaren isn't a great rebounder, but at least having another big body in there and not having
Santi 7 tonight.
Yeah, for Jaren, you take that. But you can't have Jock Landale and Santi Aldama being your not closing lineup, but friends closing lineup. Mm-hmm. And Jaren Jr., who's not in foul trouble, is on the bench. Like I don't want to just harp on just this whole Ti. Like,
and that's the only that was really my only issue tonight was that minister distribution. That's the only thing.
Yeah, because the offense looked good the first half. The defense looked good too. So it seems like the philosophy that he's implementing. That's how you say it. Implementing. It seemed like guys are honestly understanding now. But when you have Ja going 34 minutes and Ja is not bringing you what you need your secondary star to play match minutes and go from there. This is one of those games, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not an NBA coach, but Ja and Jaren should be matching Shea's and Hardenstein's or Shea and Holmgren's minutes. You have to. We have playing such a competitive team. You can't stick to the robotic rotations, and we're playing such a great team. You have to coach off a field and say who's giving me what I need in matchup wise. I'm not saying that's the direct reason why we lost that game, but it didn't help at all.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we really kind of harped on Taylor Jenkins about, is sticking to robotic rotations, these hockey style rotations where, each line gets 3 minutes to go. And man, like you said it, Shea played 35 minutes tonight. Ja played 33. Chet played 30. Hartenstein played 30. Jaren played 29. But it's still, man. I want to go back to that first half because like I said, I don't have a lot of takes either way tonight because there was good, there was bad. We were competitive against the reigning world champs. I'm
really trying to find a quick question.
That's what we talked about on Friday. Go ahead.
Quick question: where do you find like your quarter by quarter or half by half minute? I'm trying to find those right now.
The NBA usually post them, but it takes a minute for their website to get caught up to whatever data stuff they use to go quarter by quarter. I use StatMuse. StatMuse, you can look at it, or on my phone. I look it on the real app. But StatMuse, you can go quarter by team. So.
Yeah, because I was looking at the NBA and the NBA didn't have it, but keep going.
No, they usually go NBA. They usually go quarter by quarter, like 2 hours after the game or something like that. I do want to harp on this because it was a really good first half, especially by one of who should be the rookie of the year favorite right now, Cedric Coward. Cedric Coward. He finished with 13 points. He finished with 13 and 10. Had a double. Of those 10 rebounds, he had 4 offensive rebounds. He had 4 assists tonight too. Just everywhere. He made threes in that first half. I believe both of his three. He took only those are free throws. He took. Yeah, he was 3 of 6 from 3 tonight, and I think maybe all 3 of them were in the first half.
He was everywhere. He's
everywhere. Making it hard to keep him out of the starting lineup.
Because it seemed like, yes, the Grizzlies had, I believe this was our best first quarter of the season. Of course, we had an 8-point lead coming out of the first quarter, but as soon as Sid got in the game, he made positive impacts. He hit 2 right wing threes from the same spot. Yep. He got a very fancy assist to Santi Aldama that got the crowd going. And then he was also playing great defense and getting deflections and blocks. Not a block, but deflections as well. So I'm sorry, Jalen, you had a better game. You had a better game this game. You was hitting your shots. You went 5 for 10 from the field, I believe. Yeah, 2 for 4 from 3. You had a better game. But I'm sorry, Sid is putting a lot of pressure on you to keep playing well. Because if you have another bad game, Sid has another great game, or keeps playing the way he's doing, because his impact is undeniable. I would like to see his plus minus if I can really find it.
His plus minus from tonight he was one of the few with a plus. No, never mind. I lied. He was minus 14.
He was minus 14. Yep. Cam Spencer was a plus 8.
Yeah, Cam was a plus 9.
John Conchar only played 9 minutes, but
Let's StatMuse. What was he in the first half? Let's find that out. Because I know that we were up by 19, but still. Plus minus in the first half for Cedric Coward. He was plus 12 in the first. And he was minus 3 in the second.
Didn't feel like it. Interesting.
It did not feel like it.
Did not feel like it at all.
Yeah. Just trying to think, man. Like that third quarter was just bad. It's stereotypical Grizzlies basketball. The Memphis, I'll harp on this because this was mentioned. We have not beat the Oklahoma City Thunder since December 7th, 2022. We are coming up on 3 years of not beating the Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's hard when you have to admit that a team just has a mental and physical advantage over you. And that's what it seems like the Oklahoma City Thunder has right now. Yes, and of course they're great. I know Grizzlies fans don't like them, but we have to admit when a team has our number, it just seems like they do right now.
They do.
And they do it even without. I know we have guys out the round, but Jalen Williams, OKC's second best player, was not playing either. We just got to figure out how to beat them in the second half because we seem to be able to get out on them, but we just can't stay consistent, and that's our issue. And I feel like it's coming out of the second half with energy because our energy was a little lower for some reason coming out. Because normally we wait to the second half to play with energy, but it seemed like we burn our tank up in the first half. But
I think we got complacent with the 3 ball.
Yes, we did because our three. I would love to see our 3-point numbers in the second half. Because
Real quick, while you look at that, why you? I thought you were about to look. Jaron had 3 fouls tonight. Get out of here. Jaron had 3 fouls tonight. This is yes, get on to him about that sequence, whatever. He had 3 fouls tonight. First quarter 3-point shooting percentage. We shot 4 of 11. Second quarter 3-point shooting percentage. We shot 7 of 13. So we were 11 of 23 at halftime.
Yeah,
almost 50%.
That's at 47 and some change, I think, something like that. If my math's correct,
better than I got.
It's better than
the team who's not okay. And here's where fair enough. Fair enough. I respect it. But I was looking at the comment.
Yeah.
But I will say we got complacent in the second half because this team has this year this is now our 11th game through 10 games. We have not shot the 3 ball well.
Yeah, I'm not.
When a team gets hot like that, it's going to fall off a cliff at some point. That's why you cannot get complacent shooting the 3 entirely. We were 11 of 23 in the first half, and we finished 17 of 44.
That means we only hit.
That is 6 of 21. That is 6 of 21 in the second half.
And when you have guys like Ja, like Jaren, like Sid, like J, that put very good pressure on the rim, you have to play to your strengths. We are not a 3-point shooting team, at least as presently constructed with guys in the lineup. Like, yes, it was falling, but you have to be able to make those adjustments on the fly and be like, okay, let's at least try to get to the free throw line and at least slow this game down. Because I know T.I. wants to play fast, but when you're not hitting shots and teams are holding you to one possession, that's how the league can get away from you very fast. And that's exactly what happened in the second half.
And we stopped moving the ball too in the second half. We stopped moving the ball. We stopped getting these cuts to the lane. We stopped getting these baseline, these off-ball cuts. We had 21 assists in the first half. Evan, we had 9 in the second half. So we had 30 total, which usually is good. When the Grizzlies get to 30 assists, they have a great record historically. But tonight, though, when you have 21 in the first half, you have a chance to almost have 40 assists in a game. You stop these off-ball cuts and you stop looking for everybody, and it's just dribble ball stagnant. And the Jaren 3 that he hit on the right wing when said cut baseline, kicked back out to the corner, and they kicked to Jaren, that was great ball movement. We did not see a lick of that ball movement in the second half.
And I feel like, again, it's not all on Ja because...
No, it's not.
It's not all, but I'm saying being that Ty Jerome, we don't have another secondary ball handler.
No,
it's on him to be the leader on the floor. Say, hey, let's keep the ball movement because he got frustrated. He started getting frustrated in the first half because he didn't get some calls that he wanted, and he started selling himself. He took, I think, 2 or 3 like very deep threes that like didn't like that with like 16, 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Still, because I get Ja. He's one of those players that he wants to play. He wants to shoot himself out of a slump. But you also have to have the mental fortitude and the calmness. Like, okay, let me get back to what's going good. Let's keep back running our offense. Because when you try to meet, because this game reminded me a lot to when we used to play the Warriors back in like the prime Warriors days when teams would try to match them shot for shot and they start playing their game. Yeah. And then that's how the Warriors get on the run. I'm not saying this team, the Warriors team, is exactly how the Thunder team and vice versa, but it reminded me of that because teams get undisciplined when they're down. And I know we're a newly coached team with a new coach and all that, but you still have to keep that discipline throughout the whole game, and we just didn't do that.
You do. Yeah, we didn't. We did not do that at all. And like you said, it's not just Ja. Ja had 6 of the 21 assists in the first half. So it's not, like I said, it's not just Ja, but like everyone, it felt like, I can't remember who put it out, but the speed kills offense, which, like I said, the last 2 first halves that we've played, we've gotten 2 very good demonstrations of that speed kills offense that T.I. likes to run.
Yep.
In the second half, it felt like everyone was a lot more hesitant to make that pass. When the ball was free flowing in that first half off of all 5 players on the court, it looked good, and it felt like we just had gotten way too hesitant making that decision.
I agree with that. I feel like we started overthinking it because we felt the pressure of the Thunder coming on, and that's a big pause. But they started cutting the lead down. I tried to run past, but I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I'm 21.
Oh boy.
But anyway, we felt the pressure of the Thunder cutting down that lead. So again, try to match shot for shot. Let's go play a little hero ball. We saw Jaren do it a few times. We saw Sid take some ill-advised. We normally don't see Sid. We saw everybody just started saying, let me be the guy to get everyone's be the guy to get the game going to turn the tide around, but you cannot do that. That's what separates great teams from good teams. What OKC did, they kept running their stuff even when they were down, and then they just let Shea take them over the finish line.
Yeah. Historically, historically in the Memphis Grizzlies franchise, because I'm trying to figure out how to word this question so it makes sense. What part of the court is their best scoring? Like, is their best scoring area? Like in history, like what if just from your history of watching Grizzlies basketball, where do they score their most points, and where do they like in their history? Not just now, not just grit and grind days, not just before the Forum was here.
Yeah,
like where do they score the best on the floor?
Talking about historically, I want to say half court, but that hasn't been the case for the past.
I mean, like, no, I'm not talking about offensive style. I'm talking about either like mid-range 3-point paint.
Oh, yeah, in the paint. Yeah, paint for sure.
Yeah, we got outscored by 24 in the paint tonight. 56-32. In a game where we scored 100 points, 68 of those points were not in the paint. 32 were.
That means we're settling. That means we're settling. And also, in talking about speed, we only had 6 fast break points tonight.
Yeah, and I know. That's the crazy part.
That's the crazy. And for even though we were up 19 in the first half, we were playing fast, but we weren't causing turnovers also as well to get out in transition. So that's also a testament to the Thunder being just such a good team. We have to figure out how to generate offense when your shot isn't falling. That's what I feel like our team has missed, because it's been not just this game but other games as well, where when we can't get to the paint or score fast, we don't know how to generate offense, and we need to figure that out.
And I like that you said that, because when the ball gets stagnant, Brevin talked about this in the second half. You know how in the Houston game where, they've talked about it, you hear our head athletic trainer start counting down when it gets to 5. Yeah. You can hear it. It is a very audible, loud, high-pitched yelling. In the first half, we didn't hear it once. We did not hear it once. We were moving around, flowing, got good shots. In the second half, a lot of standing around, a lot of stagnance, and just, man, like Wayno said. Wayno, I'm glad I'm ready to see Edie in time. Like, we know we're getting to the point where we're already here at the point for a few years. Where we know what we have, we just have to somehow find ways to squeak out some of these games. This would have been a great win to kick off the 4-game road trip, or to start before the 4-game road trip. Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm beyond ready to see what this team is going to do. I feel like on this 4-game road trip, hopefully, please, we might see that Edie questionable tag.
I feel like if we do, I can see us going. Best case scenario, Edie does play next game, even though I don't think he will. If we get Edie for at least 2 of these games, I feel like we can go at least 3-1 in this stretch right here.
Oh yeah, because we got the Knicks. That's probably the Knicks and Cavs are going to be our 2 toughest
because they rebound very well.
They do. We have the Celtics, who down. The Spurs, who have kind of come back down to earth since their hot start. Yeah, and then is this a 5-game road trip?
I thought it was 4. It's 5.
Oh no, it's okay. The little color graphic wasn't popping back up on my schedule, and then we're at home versus Sacramento. Yeah. The hardest part of that schedule, looking at how the teams have gone, is the hardest part of this early part schedule after the Cavs game is kind of over for a minute. We go Spurs, Kings, Mavericks again. You have the Nuggets. You go Pelicans. The Clippers have also fallen off a cliff. Kings again, Spurs, Clippers again, Portland.
A lot of winnable games there.
A lot of winnable games coming up, and you're about to throw Edie back into that mix. Ty gets reevaluated a week from tomorrow. Like, I'm seeing a lot of good things, which, like I said, this is the most level-headed I've been after a game this year, and I don't get it. It's probably because I'm half tired because I covered the Lady Balls here in Martin today, because they were, which is a fun experience. We'll touch on another time, but holy cow, man! It's just. It's just one of those things. Like, I'm happy with the things I saw, and the things that didn't go well are things that we've already harped on for the other 6 losses this year.
Yeah, and when you're playing such a great team, I don't want to give a team excuses, but it's expected that we're going to look worse against the best team in the NBA. They have the best record, the best defense in the NBA. Like, yes, the Thunder played great defense, but I do think we found some ways, at least in the first half, to generate some offense. Yeah. But we didn't replicate that enough in the second half. But if we can – if I'm Coach T, I'm watching a quarter and a half of the third quarter, like maybe to the fourth quarter where I know what happened. We fell off the face of the cliff, but just replicate 2.5 quarters first to third. I feel like we got some with time eating the mix. I feel like we can work with that.
Can you imagine? Say if Ced's not starting at this point, your first two off the bench are maybe I'll extend it to three. Your first three off the bench are Santi, Ty, and Ced.
That's like 3 6-man a year candidates right there,
brother. That is a good Washington Wizards team coming out there.
Hell yeah, and we are to lead the league. I think we were like 50, league in bench points. I think we averaged like 50.4. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's above 50 a game.
Yeah, and having a microwave, a all-around defender plus a bucket and Ced, and Santi is going to be Santi. Like I said, I'm really thought I'd be way more upset about this game. Like I'm mad that we lost.
I'm mad that we lost. I'm mad at the result, but I'm not mad at things I saw and things that are about to come.
Because we can add a lot. And I really hope people are seeing that Coach T.I.'s philosophy, at least on the offensive side of the ball, has some legs to it. Because we were really flowing in that first half. Very much flowing. I would love to see I hate that Ja hasn't found his rhythm yet. It was at least what we wanted him. Like he's only averaging, well, right now, it may dip right under 20, but he's averaging right at 20 right now. His assist is great, and his free throw shooting is great. And his efficiency isn't the way you need. But if he can figure out how to get Ja going on a more consistent basis, I feel like we can get somewhere, man.
Okay. Question from the comments from Bueno. I kind of sadly agree. On offense, yes, he's still a freaking matador on defense. Waving
Matador is crazy.
That's what they're called, right?
Yeah, in Spain. I get the joke. It's just very
okay. Funny. That part was unintentional.
I get the joke. Unlocked. I think Scott just happy he got his money. I think he's just happy he got his bread. And Santi. I said Scotty. Santi. He's happy he got his bread, and he really doesn't have any restrictions in that second unit anymore because he's de facto first option in that second unit. Because in previous teams we had guys like Tyus Jones and Kyle Anderson and all these other guys that could also like get their run in the second unit. And being that he's a de facto number one guy, I feel like he just has more opportunity. Does he look good? Yes, I'm not gonna take anything away from Santi. He's playing well. But when he goes to that number 2 spot, when Ty comes back, I really want to see how he operates on that.
And I think, and here's where I'm gonna bounce off what you said real quick.
Yeah,
I do like what Ty would bring to Santi, in my opinion. Right now, Santi is getting too many first option shots.
Yeah, he does.
He's getting too many first option shots when he's in. And I think he's getting a little bit comfortable in that spot, which I'm not like he's making some of them. He shot 5 of 10 tonight. He shot 1 of 10. But he's getting some of those first option shots. And when Ty comes back, that's going to take a second seat. And so he's not going to get these second option shots, in my opinion, or at least he shouldn't. So when Ty comes back, I think we see a much more efficient Santi, in my opinion, because he's going to get more of those open looks and not getting these 33 feet right wing threes that he takes. He took 2 of those tonight, which made my blood boil for a second. But I think Santi's improving and getting to a better spot to where he can be more trusted, especially from the Grizz fan base.
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna get better when Ty gets thrown back into the mix.
Yeah, because Ty's just gonna open everything up, and he's not just a scorer; he's a facilitator. And like I think we're not gonna see as much as like the Santi dribble drives to the paint because he's gonna be more of in a spot up role. That'll be more Ty Jerome and Ced working down. Even though he's doing pretty good at that, but it's about percentages, which is a higher percentage of him on the perimeter or him dribble driving going downhill. It's not really Santi's game like that. So being that I feel like Santi, like he can be a lot more efficient. Maybe how many shot attempts did he have tonight? He had 10 tonight. He'll probably stay around there. Maybe 7 to 11 could be like his shot attempts, consistently. And he probably won't be as much closing lineups as well, especially when Edie comes back. So I like what I'm seeing from Santi, but I don't want people to fall in love with his current production because it may dip a little bit when certain guys come back.
Yeah, I think the production will dip, but I think the shot selection gets better because of the spot he is put in. So
for sure.
That's where I'm at on that one. I do want to talk about Jalen Wills because we've talked about him a lot. Possibly having that starting spot taken and him being relegated back to the bench. Santi, Kenny, it's been reasonable tonight. It's been a lot of from Evan and I, it's been reasonable. Haven't seen too much craziness in the comments. I mean, I saw one where it said Jeremy stop getting foul trouble, but then it was
JD got him real fast.
He got him right. I mean, it's we're all good right now. Jalen getting a walk-up three on the left wing and hitting it pure confidence. Because when he let go, I was like, Jalen, you've taken these this season. Like, I went through a really quick thought in my head. Jalen, you've taken these seasons. Why are you stepping up and pulling this now? But then he drained it. He was 5 of 10 from the field tonight, 2 of 4 from 3. He's starting to find that stride.
Yeah, he's getting confidence. He's getting his confidence back. I believe it was a report by Mike Wallace that he said he was shot 500 shots after a game just to get that rhythm back because he's a shooter. And if you play with any shooter that needs to get their rhythm, and he's playing with more confidence, so you love to see that for Jalen. Again, I feel like something that has to do with Sid playing so well. Is compared to Jalen Woods, is they feel like, okay, I really don't get my chain snatched. But I said he's playing great. I have to kind of come on with it. So I love to see us talk from Jalen. Defending, I don't feel like he's taking a step back defensively, but I just don't think he's as locked down. Or at least maybe he just had some real bad matchups. He had Cade. He's had some tough matchups.
He's drawn some tough ones this year.
He says Steph. So I will want to see at least some of that resemblance of last year, at least when it comes to these tougher matchups, because of course Shay's gonna do that to everybody. Sid didn't look that much better against him, but I love that he's finding his rhythm again because with Sid and Jalen playing well in the lineup, our wing rotation looks a lot more deep at that because you can depend on both guys to give you great things on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to go back through our results real quick. That's preseason. New Orleans, Miami, that's a wash. Indiana didn't have anybody. Yeah, he drew Steph against Golden State, drew the Booker matchup against Phoenix.
Luka.
I'm pretty sure he drew the Luka matchup against the Lakers. Toronto.
Yeah, BI.
I'm not going to single out somebody on that team.
Yeah, they have a combination of guys because RJ Barrett had a good BI, Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly. They have a lot of guys that can.
Detroit, Cade, obviously. Houston, he was on KD a lot.
He was
in that Houston game. Dallas, never mind. and then tonight with SGA. So yeah, he's drawn some matchups. He's had a tough stretch of matchups early on. I feel like we're gonna see this when that injury report comes out tomorrow for Tuesday. Simply because like they have a travel day tomorrow. They're gonna get to New York. I would not be shocked if he misses his first game that he could have played in these next 2 games because it's a back-to-back. This Knicks game on Tuesday, Wednesday against Boston.
I would rather him play against the Knicks than Boston. I really hope he does because I feel like we need Ja. Obviously, Ja's the best player on the team, but I'm more confident in him missing against who's the lead? Anthony Simons for Boston or Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. I hope he plays both, but I really need him to bring his 8 games.
Yeah, I feel like he'll soldier it out against New York, and then we may see maybe not a questionable tag on the Wednesday report. We'll see a doubtful tag or a game time decision where they're like, hey, we're gonna just if a drastic improvement that day. But I could imagine him missing one of those. And you got Thursday and Friday off before you play Cleveland. So.
Yeah, and that's an NBA TV matchup against D. Mitch, so I know he's gonna want to get up for that one. So I can see that. I hope he doesn't. Obviously, hope send all good vibes and prayers for y'all. Hopefully, he feels better on the plane. Right, they probably can put like the what's the massage on his back? Probably that I've seen guys. I don't know what it's called,
but like I used to have one of those knee ones. In high school, but dude, oh my gosh. But yeah, so yeah, we got a 4-game road trip coming up. We're at 35-minute mark. It's Sunday. My wife's making dinner, so I'm kind of hungry.
I feel that. I got to cook something myself, college life, trying to put something together,
Hey, I'm not too far removed from those days, man. So yeah, 4-game road trip. Got New York, Boston on the back-to-back, and then Cleveland on Saturday, and then San Antonio the following Tuesday. So in 7 days, you got 4 games, but only 1 back-to-back. So
The only games that really scare me in that is New York and Cleveland. I feel like the rest of those are winnable, honestly. And I still feel like we can give New York a tough one, honestly. They just rebound very well. Like they have so many good rebounders. And if we rebound, we can be competitive, but if not, then
Well, I mean, looking at tonight, yes, we lost the rebounding battle, I think only by 1. 51 to 50. We lost the rebounding battle by 1 against Chet and iHeart. But you look at what our guys did in the rebounding category tonight. Jaren had 7, Jock had 5, but he was out of the perimeter the entire night. KCP snagged himself 4, Josh snagged himself 3, Santi had 9, Sed had 10, Vince had 6. So it was a collective group rebounding effort tonight that I was impressed with. This was like the first night where I really felt like rebounding wasn't a big problem for this team in the first 11 games.
Yeah, it was just in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, we had some possessions that we could have rebounded a little bit better. But overall, I agree with you. Our rebounding was better as a collective. We didn't have too many guys leaking out. We was actually crashing as a collective, boxing out. So you love to see that. Hopefully, as the comment just said, we get Edie back. But for the next home game, what's the next home game? Against Dallas?
The next home game is
Sacramento.
Sacramento next. The following Wednesday, I think. I just had the schedule pulled up. Sacramento the fall. So a week. So we got a while. It's November 20th, Thursday.
Oh, you got 11 days into the next home game.
I think so. Let's see. The Bassey 2-way ended, or the Bassey 10-day ended this past Thursday, and if someone wasn't coming back in 2 weeks, then we could have re-signed him. So yes, I think we get Edie back in the next 2 weeks, and before that home game.
Yeah, I can see that because, like you said, if they knew Edie wasn't close to return, they would have re-signed him pretty fast because obviously still apply for the hardship. So Edie's treating the right direction. Of course, again, we got another alert that he was recalled to the Memphis Hustle. So every game he's getting more ramped up to play.
I feel it. Give him Cleveland. Against
J.A.
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Give him Cleveland. I feel like that's a good spot. If Cleveland is the earliest, I'll put him back. Either Cleveland or San Antonio, one of those two.
I would say San Antonio because I feel like he likes to play against Wemby because he's one of the few guys that actually gives Wemby a little bit of issues.
That is true.
As great as Wemby is, I would say San Antonio game. I say San Antonio. That's an NBC game, national TV game. Yeah, I think San Antonio.
Oh yeah, that'll be our first NBC game as well. Oh, dude, give me the Grizzlies on Round Ball Rock. And on that note, Evan, you got any final thoughts? Nah,
it was a competitive, more competitive than I expected. At least in that first half, I thought we played great in that first half. Need to repeat some of that, but also find consistency. If we can find consistency on this offense, I feel like we're going to be very hard out for any team in the Western Conference, but also need of a secondary ball handler. Those are really my only two thoughts. Consistency, and we definitely need a secondary ball handler. Because once we hit shots, have that versatility on the offensive end, I feel like we'll be fine.
Consistency and do not settle. They got trigger happy in the second half from 3, but dadgummit, I agree with this wholeheartedly. If that team's not Oklahoma City, I feel like we win that game. That's just how the schedule rolls sometimes. Well, before we sign off here tonight, reminder, tomorrow kicks off a new week. 5 days a week do we have daily shows. Daily Grind with Luke Hatmaker in the mornings at 7:30. Got the $2 at not 1, that's saying at 11 o'clock Monday through Friday. We'll be saying at 1 p.m. on Monday through Friday as well. Got no bluffing on Mondays. You got a load of Tiger shows coming through. And Night Court as well. I believe that's on Tuesdays. Kenny, you were here earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, you got a slew of other weekly shows on this network. Remember, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and hit the like button. Boost our numbers. If you're here watching later on, drop a comment, all your thoughts on the game and your thoughts on the upcoming 4-game road trip. Comments after the go live help boost the algorithm.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The algorithm is everything. We are trying to make Bluff City Media. I was going to say Grind City Media. We're not working for Grind City Media.
Hey.
We're not working for Grind City Media. I get those confused sometimes. We're trying to make Bluff City Media one of the best, if not the best, Memphis sports media network on the market. So tap in with everyone on the network. And also, I have a small thing. If I don't want to put you on the spot right here, but if y'all like this duo right here, y'all may or may not see us together tomorrow on an open podcast. Little hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If y'all like this duo right here, y'all may or may not see us tomorrow at 6:00. So keep tuning in for us.
Two of the youngest guys here at Bluff City Media as well.
Yes, we're trying to make it work. You know,
Everyone else is 40 plus.
What's
no
the
shade.
I would love to see the average age of Bluff City Media. It has to be like
we bring that down a lot.
Are we the only 20 year olds?
I think Shamario and Roman are 20.
Oh yeah, Shamaro. Okay, yes, that is true. But the average age got to be like 41, maybe.
Brevin, Fish, Kenny, Rusty, Drew,
Sane.
Yeah, Sane. Drew's about to have like 5 kids. So
we hold it down for the youngest.
We hold it down for the youngest.
Hold it down for the youngest.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. On that note, that's going to be the end. Remember, hit the notification bell, subscribe so you don't miss a lick of Grizzlies, Tigers, college football content here on this network. So God bless and peace out. We will see you all after the